into it whenever.
It's going to be loud when we close this door, though.
That's cool, man. We're good. What's up, guys? All right, we're going to close that door behind us because there's a lot of light coming in. A little loud. But I'm here with Tiny Rock Solar and their van, actually. our_land yacht. Wow, that actually helps a lot. Awesome. Guys, I'm here with Tiny Rock Solar. Wes is actually just finishing up a Instagram that he's doing right now. He is launching a product that we're going to get into later. Hey, Jenna, what is up? Hey, Sean, my man Sean, what is up? Yo, what is up? Again, I am here with Tiny Watt Solar. Wes and Savannah over there. If you guys have trouble hearing us, let me know. What's up, Debbie? As soon as they're done doing their Instagram post, they will come and join me here in a second. I am good, Nathan. Thank you. What's up from San Francisco, Jenna? Let's see. Their van is behind me. As you can see, it's our_land yacht on Instagram. Chris Williams, what up? What's going on? Eric, hey, what's going on? My new van is actually outside the shop right now. Shout out to, am I saying this right? Is it Rudy Racing?
Rooney,
excuse me, Rooney Racing. I don't have a shirt. I don't have
a. Had to get my silly pint filled up.
Hey, there's Wes. What's up, man?
What up? Wow, we're live. This is it.
Hell yeah. Why don't you talk about your silly pints?
We got some pretty cool Tiny Watt silly pints.
Cameras right there.
Help support the journey. These are made out of silicone. It's actually food grade silicone. This company's out of Bend. They're awesome, but they have some similar material properties as solar, and so they're perfect for van life. They're flexible, they squeeze, they don't break, they're good.
Guys, if I'm a little behind on the comments, it's because obviously we got 3 people in the live. Welcome, Savannah.
What's up?
Wes's better half, obviously.
This is Tiny Watts. Savannah does everything. Just so you guys know.
They work as an amazing team.
Okay, so there's the comments. All right.
Yeah, there's all the comments.
Cool.
We're going live.
First time live, y'all.
Yeah, what up? So
can I answer a question?
You can answer anything you want.
So for the model of the solar panel on a roof, it's the Tiny Watts roof deck. So you can get that through us. We have them custom made. It's not a product you can go buy off the shelf at Walmart.
What's your website?
tinywattsolar.com. Where we can source 500 watt roof deck modules.
That's what's on your roof.
That's what's on our roof. We have a 500 watt in the front and a roof box in the back, which is also available as a Tiny Watts product. So just shoot us an email. We'll get you some info.
Sean, come on. Sean's one of my regulars. He's cool.
Yes, back from Hawaii.
Let's see here.
Someone's got to plan the wedding, you guys. Someone's got to plan the wedding.
I got to do something.
They are getting married in September.
Yeah.
This is true.
In Hawaii. So very excited for them. Are you keeping those 2 white? Yes, I am. Let's see here. She's back from Hawaii.
Nice.
I don't even know.
Hey, from Vancouver, Canada. My dad's Canadian. He was born in Montreal.
Really?
So shout out.
I didn't know that. I do want to say where the shop we're in. I was about to, and then.
Yeah. So Tiny Watts. We are here in Santa Cruz, where I actually grew up. But a family friend of ours, Brent Rooney, his company is Rooney Racing. He builds out vans, and then we do the electrical side of things. So it's been nice. We've been home. We've been hanging with family. But Brent has shared a corner of his shop with us, and we're collaborating on a
500 watt panel. It's a 500 walkable panel.
Yep.
True.
1,000 watts total on the roof.
Yep. They're custom made. They're in-house. They're our own proprietary.
You have a bunch. If you go to their Instagrams, our_land yacht and Tiny Watt Solar, you will literally you'll see them standing on top of their panels on their roofs.
We've even slept on them.
Yeah, you did.
In Big Bend.
Yeah, there's a pretty cool picture of that going down, but that was like in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Serbia, dude.
Oh yeah, we got people all over the world. Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted.
You're
this
good.
is really fun. So good luck on the marriage. Thank you. I don't need much luck.
So we've kind of gotten used to it.
Thank you, Jenna. Tiny Watt Solar's van is on fire. Yeah, it is. Well, actually, with that being said, do you guys want to say something about your van?
So
yeah, big news. Our van is for sale. The land yacht is for sale.
Pre-sale.
We're pre-selling it.
We're not ready yet. But if you are actually seriously interested, contact us. You can even make a little bit of changes to the wallpaper or whatever you want. There's a whole list of upgrades that we're going to do before we sell it. We're getting married in September. We would like to sell our van before that time and then move on to our next rig. We're not going into a house. Don't worry. We're going.
Yep. We don't know what it is yet. It could be a sailboat. It could be an off-road rig.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
I have a funny feeling I know what it is. But,
Yeah.
We're
We're
from Trinidad.
Everyone's going to say how much. It's hard to say, but you know the Winnebago started at 150,000 and they don't have radiant heat or 1,000 watts of solar roof decks.
And a recirculating shower. Got to put that in too.
Please message them. But again, this is pre-sale for them. I know we're going to get inundated with questions, and I do apologize. We're not going to give out numbers right now, just because out of respect for these two right here.
That was a little sneak preview.
It was
We're kind of
a
the first
sneak
to know. That no one's really knows that the Land Yacht 2.0 is for sale.
No one really knows.
We just decided this the other day.
Not only are they announcing that, but you guys are also announcing something else today. You have a huge new thing with Tiny Watt Solar that you want to announce.
Yeah, some new
check out
products.
our latest Instagram.
Yep, we just posted our product on our Instagram page at Tiny Watt Solar, so check that out.
Oh, it's laggy. We're getting laggy.
Are we? Is that people saying? Sometimes it happens. It's okay.
Video is choppy.
Oh, no. Sorry, guys. We will come back as soon as possible.
So choppy.
Is it
Choppy?
saying it's choppy?
It's lagging. Quality of video is awful.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh, sorry,
we're doing
guys.
we're Wi-Fi here, guys, so we're trying our best here. It's okay.
Are phones connected to what?
I'm not.
All right.
Anyways,
I'll be right back.
all right, Wes will be right back.
Okay.
So they are announcing that they are going to be doing pre-wired kits, correct?
Yep, pre-wired solar kit. So basically, it's going to be plug and play for you guys.
Yeah.
Basically, we do about 75% of the wiring. We ship it to your front door. You
She
mount
does
it, install
75%
it,
of the
and
wiring.
then you just plug in a few wires, and there you go. You will have to do your own solar install, but that's not messing with really any wires or anything crazy. So, yeah.
Do you
it's
ship to
gonna be great.
UK?
Probably. I don't know.
We're working on it.
We haven't yet. You
Yes.
could be the first one. Really, we just have to look into that. I mean, I think there's no reason we can't ship internationally. We just have to get a quote, and if you cover shipping, sure.
I'm pretty much, in mine, goes to, I'm pretty much getting almost like a pre-wired kit. I mean, you guys do a couple different things. You do pre-wired, you do...
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
pre-wired is really for the DIY community. It's in a way, it removes all of the hard stuff. We do all the internal wiring between all the components, and you get a kit that's as plug and play as possible. You still need to connect, positive and negative to batteries and whatever.
Sean goes, that's cool for stupid people. That's cool for us stupid people.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I get it, because I don't know wiring at all. And that's why I'm hiring these two right here, because I don't trust myself without blowing myself up.
And there's options, right? Like, so you could get plug and play, and you can pick a standard solar panel, 420 watt commercial grade panel, like you're probably going to get maybe.
Yeah, you can say it's okay.
And so like you could do a standard panel, you could do a Tiny Watts roof deck, or the roof box. And so those are kind of the three variables. The Instagram we just posted was what we call the Weekender. That's kind of the first name we came up with, Tiny Watts Weekend. She doesn't live full time in her van. It's a 2,000 watt inverter
Kelly,
with 2,400 watt hours of batteries. So it's not for a full time use, but it's still plenty to do those weekend trips.
What he's talking about, I did a vlog on it. I'll be releasing it hopefully this week. We'll see what happens, but maybe next week of their kits that they have, and there'll be a whole vlog on actually giving it to two separate boxes to two separate clients.
Guys, Terea, what's up, Terea? Stay tuned for Terea's project.
Absolutely. Terea's on here right now. I can't even see it.
So yeah, the Van Life Tech recirculating shower is still in development. Troy installs that and custom builds. He basically builds like Sprinter van spaceships. So it's kind of custom only currently, but he's developing a DIY off-the-shelf kit. So
For what, shower?
for the recirculating
Yeah,
shower.
I saw that
And
comment.
Terea was
that's
repping
still
that.
in
So good
prototype
job.
mode.
I think Tim Martin asked that. Thanks, Tim. The recirculating shower. Okay, cool. I'm like behind here. Are you guys making solar panels with that much power? 500 watts on the panel? Yes, they are.
Yes, custom made, Tiny Watts.
Yeah,
Will that-
walkable solar roof
Wait,
deck.
you guys will do a roof deck? Sweet. Yes, they will.
Terea is actually getting a roof deck. Sorry, Terea, putting you on blast, but Terea's project, stay tuned.
Oh, there she is.
Their composite roof deck is getting built right now, and in a couple weeks we're going to be installing that while Jared here is in town. So you'll see more of that.
Yeah, Mel's Van World. I think it's she. She says I got 100 watt and that's fine. That is fine, but maybe Wes, you can explain what the difference of having a 100 watt to a 500 watt to 1,000 watts, 420 watt would do for you.
It just depends on what you want to do. 100 watts might be fine to charge your phone and just do the basic things you need for, a roof vent or this or that. But when people want to use an electric kettle and an induction cooktop and, larger electric appliances, that's when we need to start getting into bigger power.
And correct me if I'm wrong, the more wattage you have, the quicker your batteries will charge.
Absolutely.
So you have a 500 watt panel, it'll charge your battery bank a lot faster than a 100 watt panel.
Yes, and like a typical lithium battery is a 100 amp hour, 12 volts is 1,200 watt hours.
Okay.
And so if you think about it, it was 600 watt panel in perfect conditions would charge that in 2 hours.
Okay.
Right? So
in perfect conditions, sun at peak, which never happens throughout the entire day. About how much for a 500 watt panel? TT, it is a great question. I don't know if they're going to talk about pricing right now.
Email us and we will get back to you.
On that.
There you go. Again, you can find this couple at tinywattsolar.com. tinywattsolar.com. And do you give is your email on there? You can also set up consultations. Yes. They have a consultation section where you can literally sign up for consultation. You do have to pay for their consultation, but that money goes towards your kit.
Yeah,
this
correct.
is true.
Yep.
There's a couple rapid fire questions. I'm gonna try and pick some of those off. Yes, video details, but the biggest amp hour job we have ever done. I like talking about watt hours more than amp hours because amp hours don't mean anything if you don't know the battery voltage. And so currently we're designing a 20 kilowatt hour system for a very large school bus. And so to answer your question, their system is 48 volts, so it's a different battery voltage, but without geeking out too much, 20 kilowatt hours is the biggest project currently. We're actually pre-wiring that one and we're going to ship it out to them. That's going to be a really exciting project. So
that would be cool.
That's the biggest Tiny Watts project so far.
So if a person does not want propane, can they only solar to run all the full time in a van? I'm pretty sure you guys are like that, and Ghost 2 will also be like that. So it's very, very possible. And they have a 2-burner.
So tell you what we have. What do we got?
Yeah, there you go.
You got induction cooktop, toaster oven, electric kettle, instant pot. Those
She's really good at cooking in an Instant Pot.
Because you literally cook super fast and use less power.
Radiant floor heating.
Radiant floor heating.
That's off the diesel, which alleviates the solar
power.
But the pumps still take power.
Circulating pumps and 12 volt action in there.
It does help that it's off diesel.
I think that's pretty much.
And they run that entire system off of their battery bank, which is lithium, which obviously is awesome.
Yeah, best way to go, lithium.
48 volts, you use less current, and this is we're gonna
it
be
does.
geeking out.
Yeah, it does. It really has to do with instantaneous power demands too. For a higher voltage battery bank, you can have a bigger inverter. So these guys are going to have like a 10,000 watt inverter.
TT said I did email 5 months ago through the website, and I got no response. Hopefully that'll be different.
We'll stay tuned. It's only us two. This guy made this YouTube video of us, and then I'm sure you see Jenna's video as well. 1 million views, we can't keep up with it. So sorry if you disappointed.
I looked at Jenna's video. She's at 960,000 right now.
That's insane.
Yeah,
we woke up 5 minutes before that video was filmed. It was in a parking lot. We did not expect 900,000 people to watch it.
Just woken up.
Jenna's video, it's actually under a link in their bio. It's way better than my video. It's a phenomenal video. Check out, it's from Tiny House Giant Journey made by Jenna. So go check it out. It's on their link.
That's a good question. So solar panels are rated, just normal residential commercially rated solar panels are rated to take a 1-inch hail in diameter at 50 miles an hour. And so yes, solar can handle a hailstorm, but we've all seen some pretty crazy hailstorms. I was at my cousin's in Colorado and they had like baseball sized hail and everything was shattered. Houses, cars, solar panels. So you can't really, but
our 50 mile an hour hail is pretty good though.
Yeah. So
if you can, try and repeat the question.
Okay, so yes, that question was, can solar panels withstand hail? Running air conditioning off solar.
Ooh, good question.
Yeah,
that was a good question Ike the Ranter? Cool.
You can do it. It just depends on how much your air conditioner demands, how big your inverter is, and how many batteries you have in order to power that for an extended length of time.
And how much you're going to use it.
Right.
They do make a 12-volt AC, which is made by Cruising Comfort.
Which is going to be better because your inverter won't need to be on in order to power that.
Right.
Still, 30 amps, 12 volts, couple 400 watts.
Still
You can
gonna
run
be a
that for a few hours off a lithium battery bank. But it's kind of one of those things. Air conditioning and solar go hand in hand because you need it when it's sunny out.
Yep.
But it also, on a van, takes up a lot of roof space. And so I know that there are some developments in undermount systems and
Stay near oceans. That'll help.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, radiant heat can be done for ProMasters and other gas-powered, not just for diesel vehicles. So yes, the Transit and ProMasters have.
We'll also reiterate here that this is Tiny Lot Solar, but they work in hand with Troy that does Van Life Tech, which does the radiant floor heating, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and the recirculating shower.
And the recirculating shower, that's Van Life Tech. But again, you are a qualified licensed installer, right?
Yes.
Installer.
It's very common that Savannah and I will install radiant heated flooring in addition to solar. Like in New York, we went out to get a radiant heat install, and Savannah was crawling under the van every day, and we had our overalls on, and we.
And maybe at my next live stream, hopefully, maybe in a few weeks, and we're gonna have another special guest on here. So we're gonna announce that now. Troy doesn't even know this yet. So we're gonna get these two and Troy in another live stream. How do you guys like that?
How does gel compare to lithium? So gel batteries, AGM batteries, those are all lead acid based chemistries. And so lead acid is one really heavy compared to lithium, but it's also a lead acid chemistry. So a 100 amp hour lead acid battery has only 50% usable capacity. Speaking of lead acid, we actually just ripped 2 lead acid batteries out of our last build, Terea.
Oh yeah.
Troy, I just made you a monitor because you're awesome and you're answering everybody's questions that we don't get to.
Can you even pick those up? Oh my God, I'll take it back.
Look at this. This is a lead acid battery. How much does that weigh, Wes?
These are really heavy. This thing's like 75 pounds. This is 100 amp hours. So it's 50 amp hours usable capacity. We tripled the battery bank. Sorry, Terea. We tripled the battery bank in Terea's van with lithium, usable capacity, and we saved weight. We replaced 2 of these with 3 lithium batteries, tripled her battery bank, and lost weight.
Yeah, you lost weight. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, especially when we're doing van builds. And this is coming from a builder. We have to be cautious of how much weight we put in this van because the chassis can only handle so much weight. So you definitely think about that, and also weight distribution because you don't want your van to be off level or too much in the back or too much in the front. So lithium is like phenomenal in that regard.
Removable panels are cool. Usually the power requirements they're not as large, the ratings, but they're nice. You could park in the shade and move your panels over there and put them in the sun. Part of that I like about solar is you install it, you never have to touch it again. It's kind of a beautiful thing. It works for 25 plus years, and you don't have to fold it and plug it in every day. So nice. Those are some good ones.
It's good stuff.
Good stuff.
Do you guys have anything else you guys
Lithium is crazy money. When you look at the long-term investment, it's worth it. The performance, the weight savings, the lifespan. Lead acid, lithium gel batteries. For example, the battery I was just holding was rated for 900 cycles. That's about 2.5 years. Lithium, 3,000 to 5,000 cycles. That's like 8 to 13 years. So it's long-term, one and done, never have to mess with it again, no maintenance.
One-time electric bill.
And you guys may ask yourself brands. I'll tell you the brand. Is it okay if I say the brand that you use?
Yeah, we used Relion batteries in Terea's project. So Relion, shout out.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. Michael and
you better be using Relion for mine too.
Yeah. That's what we have in our van. It's just what we know and what we use. We've used Battleborn. We use some of the other manufacturers. They've been great. I just think the BMS is very solid on the Relion-based batteries.
But Renergy does have a solar calculator on their site. Maybe I should put that on yours too. How many?
Most solar power I've ever seen on a van is 1,000 watts, and it's kind of
I want to answer that one.
What's that?
How many years will we be away from lithium batteries becoming more affordable?
They're getting there, but it's on the utility scale. So like when I used to work in a cubicle and did like grid size shipping containers full of batteries for the electric grid, per kilowatt hour, batteries are $300 to $400.
Right.
When you get down to a small scale for an RV, they're like $1,000 per kilowatt hour.
Okay.
Right? Like a 100 amp hour battery, 12 volts is 1.2 kilowatt hours. It's about $1,200. Mm-hmm. So they're half the cost on the economy of scale, but it's like an RV market. It's a marine market. There's markup. You know, I think we'll see them start to get lower and lower, but
you did answer that one. What's the most solar you've seen on a van? I think the highest is what I saw in Wes's is 1,000 watts.
Yeah, I think it's
out in Western
it can only fit so much up there, unless you do like a deployable thing. But there's no more room.
There's no more room.
That's it.
With a cool box.
Yeah. So that's another like thing that we're developing right now. So the roof deck is one option. The Tiny Watts solar box is another option, and so it's a 82 by 54 inch storage box that you can walk on, and the lid lifts up and down, and you can store all your surfboards and stuff in there. So
this is their roof. That's on top of their roof.
That's our roof.
That's on top of this van right now. That is the entire roof right now.
Nice. Dude, you're ripped. How much do you bench press? Right. I do not work out. I don't work out at all.
You know what's sad is they even have a
We're
gym
too busy
here.
to work out.
We have no excuses. Actually, Rooney Racing, our friend, also has a private gym here, and so we should wake up and do 30 minutes every day, but we don't. So.
Have you heard about glass batteries, Tim Martin? Am I saying that right?
Maybe. I think some of that stuff's in development still. But yeah, there's all kinds of crazy technology. There's like salt water batteries and.
Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I wish I was ripped. If you
If
guys want some Tiny Watts swag, we have some T-shirts and
there's
Silly
t-shirts.
Pines available. Now that I drank my LaCroix, I can show you how cool this is.
Tiny Watts.
Yep. So.
It's cold here.
The bombs rolled in.
It's chilly.
Same.
Yeah, it's chilly. We're at a beach city. I get it. Is that beer? No, it's not.
No.
Is 1,000 watts
Sparkling.
enough to charge your batteries up in a day? Depending on where you are located, yes. So for us, we have
beer.
Yeah, and like so, it all boils down to peak sun hours. And so in a United States average, it's probably around 3.5 to 4 peak sun hours per day, depending on where you are. Santa Cruz, we might get like 6 or 7 peak sun hours on a good day. So for us, one, we're never going to see 1,000 watts. Mm-hmm. That's the rating of the panels. You're never going to see like maximum efficiency, but theoretically, 1,000 watts for 3.6 hours is going to fill up our battery bank. We have a 3,600 watt hour battery bank. So in about 3.5 hours, that would fill up our battery bank. So yes.
But there's another way that they charge their batteries, which is?
Alternator charging.
Yep.
From the alternator. Yep.
Which is part of your pre-wired kits.
Yes.
True.
It is.
Yeah, so we get about 700 watts off our alternator as we're driving around in addition to our 1,000 watt panel. Isn't it dependent on how much battery storage you have, not how many panels you have? It's a balance of both of those things. Yeah, we could have 10 kilowatt hours in here and we're never going to charge that up in a day because we're never going to get that much sun. So it is a balance of generation to storage. And yeah, it's hard to keep up.
I know, it's tough. I'm
sorry if I like cut off.
Guys, if we're missing your question and it goes by, just try and ask it again, but we are trying to see them all.
Why don't you hook up alternator to your batteries? We do. We have a 700 watt alternator charger that's specifically programmed for lithium chemistry. So it safely charges.
Is that a DC to DC charger?
Yes.
Okay.
We do have our own YouTube channel. We just haven't posted anything yet.
Jared's gonna help us.
Jared's right here is gonna help us.
Your boy's gonna do it for you guys.
Videos.
Yeah, I'm gonna do their first few videos for them because that's
the YouTube channel's under Tiny Watt Solar. So.
Yep. We actually just did that project in New York, which was an amazing thing for this amazing human being, Carmen, and we did radiant heat and solar for her, and we want that to kind of be our inaugural YouTube video. And so Jared's going to help us edit all the footage we got while we were there.
Oh, you guys got footage?
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
got tons of
lots
footage.
of
We just don't know what to
footage.
do with it.
We're just
Apparently, I
like,
have
how do
to
we put
edit
it all
now.
together?
So
Oh, I'm gonna start editing
Yeah.
apparently.
we're going to share that whole thing.
Let's see here. Toria. So Toria, I made her as a monitor, so she's
Yeah, she's got
blue.
blue.
Oh, awesome.
Her name's
Yeah,
in blue.
Toria.
Her name's in blue.
Yeah.
Because
So-
Toria's awesome.
She's probably laughing and smiling right now. It's so great.
How much
I would-
did the whole van cost, including?
Everyone wants numbers.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Well, no, how about the
Yeah.
van empty? We
Yeah,
can talk
so-
about that. I mean, if you want to. I'll tell you mine. I have a 2019.
Yep.
I have a 2019 144 two-wheel drive. Mine was roughly 44, 45, and then with California taxes and fees and everything else, I was like 49. So 49 out the door, I guess is what you could say. I don't mind sharing that with you guys.
Our van was used, technically, it had 5,000 miles on it. It was a 2016 4x4. We bought it for $52,000. However, we did not have $52,000. We sold our first van.
Yep.
We had $10,000. We put $10,000 down, and Savannah and I are still paying for this van, but it's cheaper than rent anywhere we've ever lived, and it's $1,250 a month, which was insane for a car payment. But when you look at that being rent, that has radiant heat and solar power, and we can take it to the snow or the beach or wherever we want to go. It's $625 each, and it's like the nicest house we've ever lived in. So that's how we do this. We're not rich kids, but it beats paying rent, and we can
Hell yeah.
hopefully sell this and
Yeah.
recoup our investment. So that's our numbers a little bit.
And you guys spent how long building this? What's the name? I don't know the name. I just call it our land yacht. But what is your
Her
yacht?
name's Bella.
Bella. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So she was named after the second largest great white shark. What is the largest great white shark? Is 22
I think it's like,
feet?
and her name's like Deep
Yeah.
Blue, and we're like, well,
Yeah.
that's not kind
That's
She's
not
22 feet, the shark. So, yeah, that's her real name. What were I gonna say?
What we're gonna say? I forget now.
That was the name of our van.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's a Mercedes Sprinter 170 4x4. Is
Yeah.
theirs.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on here about factory alternator versus aftermarket alternator.
Ooh,
Um,
I love wet.
The alternator is the standard one from the van engine. Yes, that is correct. So we did not install a aftermarket alternator. We average anywhere from 45 to 60 amps off our factory alternator. These alternators are pretty big. We have 220 amp alternator. The point is 40 to 60 amps at 12 volts is anywhere from 5 to 700 watts. So that's plenty of power to be charging our batteries as we're driving. You know, a couple hours of driving, we're filling up our battery bank, and that's plenty without going very deep into an investment and an aftermarket dedicated alternator. We've done projects where people installed an aftermarket alternator, but it was for a guy that like works a night shift and is in his van all day with the air conditioner running. So it's like, there's different applications.
Yeah, every project's different.
Yeah.
I'm missing. We're missing questions, guys. We are so
Yeah,
sorry.
what-
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a
What's
lot
it look
going
like
on
when we
here.
all go
Sorry,
like
guys.
this?
We're trying to read this little tiny screen,
Yeah.
so we're sorry, guys. What
Um,
size bag?
I know I've also asked the same question. What do you guys want to know about a solar generator? So that's kind of a misleading term. What do you mean solar generator?
Like the
A
Goal Zeros?
built-in lithium battery with chargers and stuff. Most solar generators like Goal Zero, Kodiak, some of those things we've seen. We built a solar generator, but it was a towable trailer generator that had 4,800 watt hours of lithium
That
batteries.
was like
in
one
it.
of your first projects.
1,000 watts of solar on it.
So
Yeah.
it could be a lot of different things. What most off-the-shelf solar generators have in them are around 1,000 to 1,500 watt inverter and a single lithium battery. However, there's limitations to maximum discharge currents and inverter size. So what usually happens is people buy a solar generator and they're great for DC stuff, charging their phones, maybe keeping up with a small fridge, you know, running battery packs and cameras and that type of thing. But when you go to plug in your Instapot or an induction cooktop, the thing makes squeaky noises and it loses its magic smoke. And electricity is magic smoke. And when magic smoke comes out of the device, then it doesn't work anymore. And so that's an issue with a lot of the solar generators on the market. I used to have a Jackery, which is a small, I guess, solar generator. Yeah.
And I actually gave it away with my van.
Nice guy.
Yeah. Do you have jobs, guys? Their job is Tiny Watt Solar. They,
Yeah, nice.
they,
Do we work? Do you even work, dude?
they actually work a ton. They
Too
work
much,
probably
actually.
80 to 90 hours a
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Answering emails, phone calls,
Crawling under
installing,
vans.
Social
making
media.
making kits,
It's hard to keep up.
ordering parts. Like guys, it's Sunday afternoon, and like literally we had a van in here earlier working. So yes,
Yeah.
they are working more than your typical.
No days
human
off
being.
here.
No.
Specializing in solar projects for vans, tiny homes, bus
Sailboats.
conversions, sailboats, all the kind of niche, small. Our slogan is powering all things tiny.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. Paying rent sucks. Yeah, we
Yes.
gave that up about 4 years ago, and it's been awesome ever since.
They sell them to homeowners. Are we talking about the Ike? Are we talking about the generators? Is that what we're talking about?
We
Yeah.
only do off-grid projects, if that helps clarify things. So we don't do solar on homes. I come from a background of doing commercial and residential solar, but Savannah and I prefer to do off-grid only battery-based systems.
Would you do a houseboat?
We do
Yes.
houseboat.
Okay,
That
we
would
do
be an
houseboat.
epic project.
Yeah, my dad wants to do one, so we're gonna hire you for that.
Cool.
You guys
Can't
didn't know
wait.
that until just now. Do you guys do off-grid cabins in the middle of the woods?
Hey,
Yes.
they know about magic smoke. Yeah, magic smoke, man. When the magic smoke comes out, it broke.
That's what you know.
White smoke is typically bad, right?
But yeah, off-grid cabins totally that'd be like a larger project.
Oh,
but
hey,
you
my
would
dad's
do
on
that.
here. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
He's so fast. There's my dad right
That
there.
guy's
Nice.
sailed around the world
Where's your dad right now?
13 years.
He's up in
Legend.
Washington.
Oh, nice.
He's got a van too.
What's up, Savannah's dad?
Yeah. What's up,
Yeah,
Dad?
he's just
That's
he
good.
retired. You know, he's 65, and so he just started building a house by himself. Like
Yeah,
That's
he
very
says,
nice.
he says he's retired, but technically
That's
he wants
awesome.
to flip the house and buy a boat, and they're gonna go sailing again. We're gonna jump on a little bit. with
Yeah,
them.
that's right. You spent a lot of
That's
time
like
on the boat.
Her story is really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for 7 years of my life on a boat. So
Yeah,
I was born to
Awesome.
live tiny, you know?
That's right.
Nice.
Absolutely.
that's awesome. Hi,
Hi,
Pops.
Pops.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad,
That's
what's up?
great.
Guys, please, if you guys have any more questions right now, we're going to be starting to wrap this up. So please, if you have any questions for Tiny
It's
Watts,
already been 30 minutes.
so, I know. I see what I told you. Quiet.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
If you have any questions for Savannah, keep it appropriate. If you have any questions for Wes, also keep it appropriate, please. If you have any questions about their van, Bella, please keep it appropriate. And
What's the worst thing about living in a van?
ooh,
Oh,
It's not all sunshine and rainbows. You know, it's not.
what is?
It's
I mean,
it gets hard to be in one place for a long time.
yeah, constantly moving.
Yeah. We got a lot of question marks. Hold on, let's all like squint
Yeah,
and look at the
let's,
screen for a second.
with the full master van, no electric heat, just light, how many lithium batteries would I need to run a
Vitamix.
Vitamix blender?
So the question is actually how large of an inverter would you need to run a Vitamix blender? And
Yeah, true.
batteries are energy storage, so they deal with like the length of time you want to do something. An inverter is instantaneous power, so it's how much power that device demands. So for you with the Vitamix, you can run small like go-karts with a Vitamix motor, and they're like 1800 watt electric motors. They're super large electric motors. However, with a 2000 watt inverter, you could power a Vitamix. With 1 to 2 lithium batteries, depending on like our weekender kit, I would recommend basically it's a 2x2, so it's a 2000 watt inverter with a 2 lithium battery system. That's plenty for someone, you know, using a blender occasional. You might be able to get away
Dude,
with it.
Tereya's killing it for all of us,
Yeah.
by the way,
Tereya, you're
guys.
awesome.
Tereya,
Thank
thank you
you.
very much. Tereya just
Yeah.
got there, one of
Yeah,
the kits.
Tereya's helping us answer all the questions.
Yeah.
Is the circulating shower kit available for purchase?
Get in touch with
Not
Van
yet.
Life Tech.
Van Life
It's being
Tech.
developed.
It's on its way. We don't know when exactly. I will get more of those answers when I see Troy in like
Yeah.
2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
He is really busy finishing up a build. so
Yeah, if you guys
hear
have,
from him.
right, if
Yeah.
you have emailed him like in the last like 3 months, he's not going to respond to you.
Wait
Yeah.
10 days.
Yeah. Probably longer because he's
Yeah.
coming right down here to
Yeah.
meet up with us.
Yeah.
That's right. Tori just answered it for us. Let's see.
Nice.
Thanks, guys. I love all these positive
We're-
comments.
yeah.
This is really nice.
So many more questions. You guys
To continue the worst part about van life, you know, there
Yeah.
are hard times. We all deal with this, whether it's getting kicked out of a parking space or where are we going to sleep tonight. Part of that sometimes is it's the exciting adventure. We don't know where we're going to sleep tonight. We're going to find somewhere else to park. However, I would argue every single sacrifice we have ever made has been 100% worth the freedom and flexibility we have by living in a van. So yeah. Which guy in the hat?
Yeah, we're the guy in the hat.
What do you mean?
I'm assuming him because he's the better looking one, but this is his significant other. Sorry, guys.
Yes,
They're very,
Yeah, he's taking.
very much engaged.
Lucky me.
No, I'm free. Take
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm positively jealous of want a new build. Van Fam, thank you. Thanks for the chat. Okay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Toria. Toria, thank you.
Tiny Watts does have hats. Email us if you want one, or if you want a shirt or a silly pint.
Or the silly pint cups we have.
Ghost Van is working on it. I just don't have any of this yet.
Yeah.
But go through Tiny Watts because they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
They'll be supporting us too. on the
Yes,
road, so.
absolutely. And I actually have a silly pint. That thing is so cool. I used it this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was super
Insulated.
cool.
And
Yeah,
Coffee, beer.
yes, and it's made out of silicone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's made for van life. You could literally just chuck it against a wall.
So it's funny. We have bowls.
Oh wait,
So
I'm gonna grab one. Oh, I was gonna grab it. Okay. Grab the other two.
So this is like a van life thing. We all have like sinks in our vans, and so one of the advantages of silicone dishware is you can have all these dirty dishes in your stainless steel sink, and it makes no noise when you're driving down the road. It doesn't rattle. It doesn't break. It just sits in your sink, and people are like, "Why would you want to have dirty dishes?" But it happens.
Silly Pines, they roll for the van life.
They're pretty awesome.
We're working on getting some videos up on our channel. That's coming soon. Jared's going to help us. We're going to tell our New York story. And great idea to rent a van and just try it out, get an idea, get in there, see that they put something in the wrong place.
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
Definitely. All right, guys, where are we at? 36 minutes? Get your last questions in because we're going to wrap this up in about 3 minutes.
Treya, we'll get you some silly pint bowls.
Yeah, we got
Maybe
you.
we'll get Tiny Watts bowls. Should we get Tiny Watts bowls?
I absolutely think they should. What do you guys think? Should they get some Tiny Watts bowls?
Yeah.
Open up your cereal and you see like the logo.
The logo.
I don't know.
Yeah, we won't go there.
Okay.
Let's see. What does Paul ask? Have you guys built a system with some of these Powerwall self-built batteries?
Like
So,
Tesla
okay.
Powerwall batteries or?
Tesla branding has overlapped into the van world, and everyone wants Tesla everything, and we do too. The problem with repurposing a Tesla power pack for a van is you need to reinstall all of the electrical engineering for the battery balancers, the overvoltage protection, the undervoltage protection, as well as temperature management. So there's a lot of stuff you need to do, which is usually not as safe as just buying an off-the-shelf battery with a very solid built-in BMS.
So in short, don't use Tesla battery systems for your van.
It's a different chemistry. It's lithium ion, which has lithium, thermal runaway issues, where lithium iron phosphate, LiFe PO4, does not have thermal runaway issues. So chance of fire, exploding is much less with the systems.
Which is one of the main reasons why Wes and Savannah rely on. From what you told me, you can puncture these bad boys and they won't explode.
It's lithium iron phosphate is basically an incombustible material. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So guys, I am standing here with probably the two most professional people I know in the solar market.
That's Savannah that he's talking about.
Oh,
I said two.
both
I said both.
Yeah.
They are the most phenomenal human beings on earth, other than maybe my immediate family, but they are now my family, so it's okay.
We appreciate the support, Jared.
Yeah.
You're the man. Jared's cool too.
Guys, again, hit them up on tinywattsolar.com. Look on them Instagram, tinywattsolar, or our_land yacht.
yeah.
Their van is going to be in sale soon. They're just going to be making some upgrades to it very soon, so check them out with that. You can also email them. You can find them. You can do consultations with them.
Yeah.
You can sign up for those through their website. I don't have any of this stuff linked up yet, but you can find me at jaredtachi.com.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
This guy should start doing consultations and help people with their build outs and use his architectural engineering background to help people design their vans.
I'm working on it.
Stay tuned from that.
Thank you. Thank you for putting those in there. Those are both Wes and Savannah
Treya,
accounts.
you rule.
Treya.
You're awesome.
And
You're
thank you for the website. Guys, awesome. Hey, Joe, thank you, Troy, for putting me out there. All right, guys, I don't know when I'm going live again. Wes is leaving. I don't know when I'm going live again. I hope to do another live with Troy and hopefully these two again.
Couple weeks.
I may do some impromptu lives, just randomly off the cuff. We're going live. So Stay tuned for all that. I'm wrapping this up. I had a blast.
Yep,
with
we had a
Savannah
blast.
and
Thanks
with
for
Wes.
following us and check us
Yeah,
out.
go check
Stay
them out,
tuned.
please, guys. Later. Where's my mouse? Later.